Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this star stitch. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin with our starting loop. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your finger so it crosses over, pull up a little bit of that bottom piece and push just a little bit of the top bit through and get the loop on your hook. You can make your starting loop however you want to. I'm just sharing how I do mine. All right, so for a star stitch, you're going to be wanting to work in multiples of 6 plus 1 for your starting chain. Okay, so for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to make mine too long. I'm just going to work on 25 starting chain. So yarn over and pull your hook through the loop. Yarn over, pull it through the loop. And that's how we do our starting chain. I'm going to go ahead until I get to 25. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 plus 1 is 25. Okay, so we're going to begin by working in the second chain from our hook. So here's the first chain from our hook. We're going to start with the second chain from our hook. So you're going to push your hook into the chain, yarn over, and pull up a loop. We're going to go into the very next chain, push our hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the following. We're going to keep on going until we have 6 loops on our hook. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do it one more time in the next chain. So now we've got 6 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull right through all 6 loops. Okay, we're going to chain 1. The chain 1 space has now made the eye of our star. Okay, so to work the next one, we're going to push our hook right into the eye of that star, yarn over and pull up a loop. We're going to go down and work between these last 2 posts of the star we just made. So we're going to push our hook in between those 2 posts, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now we're going to go into that last chain space that we worked for this star. So the chain space that's right under that last post, push your hook in, yarn over and pull up a loop. You've got 4 loops on your hook. We need 6. So we're going to push our hook into the next chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then go into that following chain space, yarn over and pull up a loop. So now we have 6 loops on our hook again. We're going to yarn over, pull right through all 6. Chain 1 to make the eye of that star. And we're going to repeat those steps again. So we're going to push our hook in the eye of the star, yarn over, pull up a loop, push our hook between those last 2 posts, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the chain space at the bottom of the last post, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into that following chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the chain after that, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and chain 1. So we're going to go ahead and continue doing this all the way down our row. I like this stitch because it does work up quickly. It really looks nice. It can seem a little bit complicated at first. I know this was one that I was so determined to learn because I love the look of it. I think it's so beautiful. It's a nice texture. And once you do get the hang of it, it's much easier than it really seems. I think for me, the trickiest part when I first learned it was going between the posts and then going into that space under the post. That was the toughest part for me. So hopefully this video is helping you to see that a little bit easier and not have as hard of a time as I did when I first learned this stitch. Between the posts, the chain below the post, and each of the following 2 chains. Okay, into the eye, between the posts, the chain below the post, each of the following 2 chains. We're almost at the end. We're on our last star. So for our last one, we're going to work it the way that we have been. And it's going to bring us almost to the very end of our row. We're going to finish our row with a half double crochet. So yarn over, push your hook into that last chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. I like to finish it this way because it does give a cleaner edge, especially if you're working on something like a blanket. So that's why I finish it the way that I do. So now what we're going to do is chain 1 and turn our work. It's a bit of a 2-row repeat because we're not going to go right into more star stitches right here. We're going to work a single crochet in that very first stitch. So I should show you how to do a single crochet. You're going to push your hook into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Okay, so a single crochet there. We're going to go into that eye of the star from the previous row. We're going to push our hook in and do another single crochet. Now we're going to work into each eye down the row, only working into the eye of each star, 2 single crochets. So at the beginning of our rows, we're going to work a single crochet in the first stitch, a single crochet in the first eye. Then in each following, we're going to do 2 single crochets. So push your hook right into the eye of that star, yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. That's your single crochet. Do it again in that same eye of the star, and we're going to do that twice into each one down the row. Okay. Oops. So 2 single crochets into the eye of each star. Almost at the end of my row here, because I want to show you how you're going to start your next row. So this is the 2-row repeat. Okay, you're going to, in between each row of star stitches, this is what you're going to be doing. So you might want to take a look at the time on the video so that you can, if you do need refresher, you can always just go back to this exact spot if you don't want to have to watch the whole video all over again. Okay. And then right here in this very last little stitch, we're going to half double crochet for our clean edge. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2. So this is how you're going to begin when you are starting. When you do your starting chain, your star stitch row, how you began your star stitch row is different than how you're going to begin all of the following star stitch rows. Okay, so just bear that in mind. I'm going to show you now how we're going to be beginning each following row of star stitches from this point forwards. Okay, so we're going to chain 2 and we're going to turn our work. We're going to yarn over and we're going to go into that front part of our chain, of the first chain. Okay, so we did a chain 1, chain 2. We're going to go into the front part of that first of the first chain, so the bottom of the chain 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Then you're going to go in behind and go through the back of that first chain. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you're going to go into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1 for the eye. And then you're going to go ahead and continue on the way that you have been in that first row of star stitches we did. Okay, so it's only the very first one that is a little bit different. Let me take this apart and show it to you one more time. because I know that can be pretty tricky. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to chain 2. Let's take a look at that. You see the chain 1 here, chain 2. So we're going to be working into that first chain that we just made, the front of it. So we're going to go in the front of it. No, sorry. First, we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into the front of our chain, the first chain, so the bottom one of this chain 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Then you're going to twist your work so that you're just going right back in the bottom of that chain in the back end of it. See that? Okay. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and then put your work the right way again. Push your hook into that first stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, push your hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Chain 1. We're going to go into the eye of our star stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. We're going to go in between those 2 posts, which is the last 2 posts of our star that we just worked. So we're going in between them. See that there? There's one post, the other post. We're going right in between, yarn over, pull up a loop. We're going to work into the stitch that's at the bottom of that last post. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and the stitch after that, yarn over, pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1. And you're just repeating that all the way down your row now. All right. And that's how you work your star stitch. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope this stitch tutorial helped you to learn a new stitch, gave a little inspiration on some projects that you might want to take on now. Don't forget to take a look at the links in the description below, and please do like and subscribe.